Hey guys, today we're doing something a little different. I want to know more about the Fall of Cadia. Full disclosure, I listened to the Fall of Cadia audiobook, but I still don't really know how it felt. I remember the Black Templars being in it and being absolute idiots, and that's where my hate for the Black Templars comes from. But I don't actually know how Cadia felt. I know Chaos, but like I don't know the details. So I thought we'd check out some for Warhammer today. This is more just me wanting to show him the massive holes I have in my Warhammer lore knowledge. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay guys, I've got my tablet so I can take notes. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, by the way, this is KrakDuk, I think. I think that's the name. KrakDuk? I don't know. Whatever. Let's go.
Hi friends, today we're going to talk about one of the biggest defeats the Imperium has ever faced and one of its most tragic losses. Today we're going to be talking about the Fall of Cadia.
Oh no, we're starting heavy. We're starting heavy. Why do you have to phrase it like that, bro? Why do you have to phrase it like that?
Fall of Cadia was a critical attack on one of the most important Imperial worlds and has had huge impacts on the greater universe. But
why does the planet have arms and legs? I only just realized what.
Let's this defeat.
Okay.
Why is it so important? Who is Cadia and why are they so clumsy? We'll answer all those questions and more in today's video. Let's get started.
Okay, I know most of that, but some of that.
Was
a planet.
One of the most important fortress worlds in the whole Imperium. It was extremely important due to its proximity to the Eye of Terror. Cadia was on the only passable route in or out of the Eye of Terror because.
Okay, I did not know that part. Okay. Eye of Terror is kind of important because that's where all chaos comes from.
Cadia became a crucial line of defense in an area known as the Cadian Gate. This gate kept the forces of chaos at bay and prevented a catastrophic invasion. Another significant feature of Cadia were the Cadian pylons. These pylons were large black.
Oh, wait, no, I remember these from the book. Yeah, I remember these from the book because, like, I think like Trazen had something to do with them, right? Also, fucking Trazen, I love them.
That were made by the Necrons to weaken psychic energies during the War of Heaven. Luckily for the Cadians, the Necrons were kind of litter bugs and they just left their anti-magic pylons all over the place. And the pylons' anti-magic properties conveniently held the Eye of Terror warp energies back and kept the area manageable. Due to the strategic importance of Cadia, it has long been a target of attack from the forces of chaos. And at first, the Cadians were ill-equipped to handle the constant assaults, so they had to reform their world and culture. Cadians reformed their society and culture in order to better prepare to deal with the constant barrage of chaos forces knocking on their door asking if they'd like to hear a word about their Lord and Savior, four-way Satan.
Yeah, thank you. I'm good. I don't want to know about the stinky, slutty, angry, and fucking tricksy words of your fucking gods. I'm good. Chaos have divided though. Now that I'm interested in, but otherwise, nah, I'm good.
One such reform is that their society became heavily militarized, even by 40k standards. About 72%.
Wait, so is that okay? So is that what Cadia is always like used as like the poster boys for the Imperial Guard? Like were they like the military standard for like all guardsmen or something? Like I can't remember exactly.
The population is under arms, which is almost as much as Texas. The Cadian children are taught to strip, assemble, and shoot firearms.
No, they're all Texans. Oh no.
Also like Texas. Even this.
Fuck. I don't know much about Texas, but I know that much.
Are militarized. All the houses are heavily armored. Everyone is trained to fight. Social classes are dependent on military rank. The normal civilian clothes are even camouflage and military-esque, which again is much like Texas.
I mean, that's kind of based. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like my camo. I have some camo leggings that I like to wear. Camo's kind that goes hard.
But this prevalent military culture is very important because it helps make Cadians some of the best warriors in the galaxy. And in addition to societal reforms,
that's what I said.
Have also reformed the way they built their cities. In the center of each city, there's a mighty fortress called the Kasr. And yes, this is where the Kasr can come from.
Yes. Oh, okay. I know what Kasr cannot. I know their law. I didn't know that comes from a building.
And each Kasr was extremely well defended and designed to hold out against invaders for a very long time. Generally, a Kasr had a void shield, and then a perimeter with many gun emplacements, and then a moat, and then a hefty wall and fortified.
And there are crocodiles in that moat, and then some laser towers, and then just a big fuck-off cannon for no reason other than cool.
And then past that, you're finally in the city streets of the Kasr. But Wait right there,
okay, I was a bit
invaders.
wrong there.
The
It's a bit
defenses
wrong.
aren't done yet. Once you finally make it inside the Kasrs, there's even more defensive measures. On top of the usual stuff like gun emplacements and planetary defense troops, the Kasr streets are intentionally designed to be confusing to invaders. The city layout is made in complex geometric patterns, which, yeah, means the Cadians basically live in the little puzzles you get at the Applebee's Kids menu.
Fuck that. Holy shit, bro. Nah. That's what an Imperial Street or fucking sorry, Cadian Street used to look like. That is insane. That is actually insane.
But the puzzling layout isn't just because the city planners were too busy killing demons and being the best regiment around. It was actually intentionally done to give Cadians an extra advantage in defenses. The Cadians excel in urban combat, so the confusing layout and heavily defended buildings help them hold out Kasrs for far longer than a normal city. And these staunch defenses, they might seem like over.
Okay, so there's a method to the madness. Oh, okay, I see now.
If you think that, number one, you clearly aren't familiar with Warhammer because Overkill is its middle name, and two, you clearly weren't paying attention because you must have forgotten that Cadians live on the border of literal actual hell, and these insane defenses and military.
I did forget. I keep forgetting that far. Okay. Yeah, okay. I forgot about that again.
Along with the Cadian pylons were extremely important because it allowed the Cadians to reject Abaddon's advances for the 12 days of Christmas. I mean, 12 Black Crusades. And on the 12th day of God Emperormus, my true foe sent to me 12 Black Crusades, 11 Black Crusades, 10 Black Crusades. Yeah, that's right. The War Master of Chaos, commander of the forces of evil.
Yeah, fuck Abaddon.
It took him 13 tries to take over one planet.
13 is kind of a massive L, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I know Warhammer, I know Abaddon is like, you know, the big bad of chaos, but 13 tries for one planet is kind of a massive L. Not gonna lie. He got there, unfortunately, but massive L. Oh my god, actual animation? Let's go.
Let's try.
And I know that in lore, each crusade weakened the Imperial forces and technically accomplished one step of Abby's grand plan. But still, the alpha male influencers on YouTube would tell me that there's only like 5 steps to becoming a successful millionaire overnight. So surely the Master of Chaos can condense it just a little bit. But now...
Wait. Is Abaddon like the fucking, what's he called? What's that get called? The one that he just did a freaking sketch of. Fuck, I forget his name. You know what I mean? Is he like the equivalent of that, like in Warhammer terms? I generally don't know much about Abaddon. I'll be real. Chaos is like a mystery to me. All of them are divided, and as of recently, the Iron Warriors, which I want to learn more about, and the Red Corsairs, which I really fucking like. I'm actually building a kill team of them right now. They're literally to my desk on my left. I am making a kill team of Red Corsairs.
Let's talk about the 13th Black Crusade and finally get into the Fall of Cadia. After 12 Crusades, Abaddon finally took off his sweatshirt and declared, "This is no longer a circus, this is for serious." And the 13th Black Crusade kicked off when a bunch of space folks started showing up across the Cadian sector, along with a bunch of Chaos battleships. And leading this vanguard assault was Typhus of the Death Guard. Typhus's plague fleet was causing...
No, this dinky, I fucking hate Nurgle. I hate Nurgle so much. If out of every single one of the 4 Chaos Gods, I hate Nurgle the most. Yes, I'm directing this at you, Nurgle fam, you're fucking weird. I love you. Don't get me wrong, I love you guys, but you're weird. If you like Nurgle, you are weird. I'm just gonna admit that. I had the biggest whiplash like a couple days ago. Our son Sal, who also does YouTube, she came out for me and said, "Oh, I got some Warhammer. I got Nurglings. I've never been more disappointed in a friend. I've never been more disappointed. Oh, why Nurgle? Go for Khorne. At least he's fucking angry."
Terror across the sector, and this caused radical cults to form. These cults declared that the Chaos attacks were actually the Emperor punishing them for their sins, and the newfound cults were creating unrest, which led to many rebels against the Imperium. And this political unrest also allowed a preacher to rise in prominence as he proclaimed himself the voice of the Emperor, which further turned once loyal Imperial traitor. Across the sector, there are Chaos forces attacking Imperial worlds, and along with the rebellions, things were looking dire for the Imperial forces. However, despite all this, the planet Cadia remained steadfast against the assaults, and the pylons and Cadian
Let's go, Cadia,
holding back the forces of the warp. However, due to worsening conditions, the Cadian High Command ordered all Cadian regiments to reconvene on their home world. One of the returning regiments was the Volscani Cataphracts. The Cataphracts were revered across the sector as they remained.
I remember the Volscani. I remember these guys were traitor, right? I'm pretty sure they were like the main like culprit, and they turned fucking what is it? Excommunicatus traitores, I think is the correct term in 40k terms. These boys were the shit heels and they're dickheads.
Many hardened veterans and had many accolades. In order to show their gratitude for the Cataphracts' return, Cadian leadership prepared a welcome party so they could meet them in person. However, the Cataphracts
got massacred for it.
on arrival, and they switched teams, spawn killing the majority of Cadian High Command before the real.
See, told you they're dicks. Told you they're arseholes.
All would have been lost if not for the absolute Chad that is Lord Castellan Ursarkar Creed. Creed commanded a masterful counterattack that pushed back the traitors and allowed the loyalists to regroup their defenses. And
for real, Krieg is in the book at least is kind of a Chad. Kind of a Chad. He's the guy you wish you could be.
Due to his heroics, Creed would be promoted to governor of Cadia, and he would prove massively important in the upcoming war. Creed prepared the defenses, called for Space Marine reinforcements, and sent Kasrkin teams directly into the Eye of Terror and
wait.
on the upcoming assaults.
Did he actually? I didn't know that part. I didn't know he sent Kasrkin teams into the Eye of Terror. Are you shitting me? That is insane. Insanely badass. Like, holy fucking shit, Kasrkins are built different. I don't know much about Kasrkins other than they have like better armor, and they have is it like the hotshot volley guns or whatever they're called? In Dawn of War, the las guns that just like fire continuously are automatic instead of the single shot las rifles. But no, like the one part of the book I remember distinctly is the fucking Black Templars being dumbasses, and this has like made me hate Black Templars. The Fall of Cadia made me hate Black Templars so much. I don't know if he's gonna go into it, so I'm not gonna say it unless he doesn't. But like, I don't like Black Templars because of the Fall of Cadia.
On the other side of the war, Abaddon and the Chaos Heralds were making big strides. Typhus and Lucius were wreaking havoc, and
I don't know who fucking Lucius is, so someone might have to explain who he is. Please and thank you.
Raids across the sector. Abaddon himself managed to capture 2 Blackstone fortresses. Now this is really important because Blackstone fortresses were massive Eldar warships made in ancient times as a failsafe against the Catan reawakening. As such, these planets were.
Wait, is that actually? So I know the Blackstone fortresses are super big. Like I thought Chaos made them. They're like. So are they countermeasures to Catan? So they were like anti-Necron? Excuse me, I genuinely have no idea about that. Genuinely have no idea.
It could break the barrier between the warp and real space by shooting a beam that would make the Death Star look like a Nerf gun. So Abaddon having 2 under his control would prove to be a major issue. And so finally, after all the pre-gaming, Abaddon finally launched his attack on Cadia proper. He opened with a humongoid orbital bombardment and sent, in technical terms, a buttload of Chaos Space Marines, demons, and titans to assault the planet. Aided by the Space Wolves,
that's a lot of demons
against the legions.
Oh,
Cadians held the Chaos in a deadly stalemate, which again goes to show just how badass the Guard Boys really are. And in orbit, the Imperial Navy was also getting some dubs as they managed to drive Abaddon's forces back into Cadian. This naval victory broke the Chaos blockade and opened the way for reinforcements, including the entirety of the legendary Battlefleet Gothic. However, the Imperials reallocating their
Battlefleet Gothic from Gothic Armada, the video game, not the tabletop one. I've never played that one, but I played the video game Battlefleet Gothic or whatever it's called.
Chaos forces to attack other Imperial worlds. On these worlds, everyone's favorite little guy, Erebus, summoned warp storms and demons, as if the
don't know who Erebus is. I'm gonna be real. I have no clue.
Forces of hell weren't enough. Things were made worse by the encroaching Tyranid and Orc forces joining in on the fray, along with rumors of a demon Primarch showing up.
Wait. Is this Cadia still? Because I don't remember there being Tyranids and Orcs on Cadia. Unless I'm just mistaken. Because I don't remember them showing up in the book at all.
Despite the overwhelming odds, Creed led a counter-assault along with the White Scars, and eventually more Space Marine chapters arrived, including the Blood Angels, the Dark Angels, Black Templars, and Imperial Fists. Since there were so
okay, there's only one good chapter out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of those 5, there's only one good chapter. And I have a bad feeling a lot of you are going to be incorrect about which one is the good chapter out of all these
So many
bad.
best-selling chapters and named Space Marines, it looked as though Abaddon's crusade would fail yet again. After many victories, the Imperial forces thought the worst was behind them, and they even made plans for victory parties. However,
Oh god.
everyone knows
Oh
it's
god.
unwise to emote before you secure the
Yeah.
victory, and unfortunately for Cadia, the worst was yet to come. Up in the skies, the space chat from earlier, Admiral Quarren, detected a large Chaos Armada led by the Blackstone Fortress, the Will of Eternity, that was commanded by Abaddon himself.
Bruh.
The Imperial fleet was quickly destroyed, and the Chaos
So can you actually like destroy a Blackstone Fortress? Because like, wait. Also, wasn't there a 40k like tabletop version of Blackstone Fortress? I remember like a couple years ago now. I'm pretty sure there's a tabletop version of Blackstone Fortress. Like the new Warhammer Quest thing that just came out. It was like that. I really wish I fucking picked that up because it looks cool. It looks really cool, but I couldn't afford to at the
forces
time.
encroached on Cadia. Knowing something was awry, Kree tried to unify the Imperial forces into a more coherent army that could better repel the heretics. However, he
Like
was
a smart
ultimately
person would
unsuccessful as
do.
the other Imperials all had their own agendas and remained somewhat disjointed. Not being able
Of
to pull from
course,
the anime power
typical.
of friendship would prove to be a huge detriment to the Imperials in the upcoming battle.
You could say they didn't have the power of anime and God on their side. Unfortunately, not this time, Cadia.
But it wasn't all doom and gloom, as there were still Imperial victories, and even more named characters showed up to help out. Belisarius Cawl, with the aid of the Harlequin,
Oh wait,
activated
yeah,
even more
Cawl. I like Cawl. I like Belisarius Cawl. He's a cool dude. I like toasters. Yes. Yes. I am a toaster. I like toasters. I love my AdMech boys. I love my AdMech. I genuinely love AdMech. I love AdMech and Necrons are like my two chippy top favorite factions in all of 40k. No, above Space Marines, above Orcs aren't really my favorite at all, to be fair. I fucking love AdMech and I love Necrons because they're two sides of the same coin. One wants to be a machine so badly, and the other one wants to be flesh and organic so badly. It's just such a cool and interesting like juxtaposition of points of view of the same kind of like end goal. Or not, I say end goal, but like they both want what the other has in different ways, and it's really cool. I don't know. I'm fangirling over
Well, Saint
AdMech.
Celestine manifested on the raised battlefields and wrecked shit. Even the Necrons joined in, as Trajan the Infinite was impressed by the huge
My
steel balls of the
boy.
Cadian, since they reminded him of his own steel balls, when they weren't literal.
Does he have a motherfucker has a Pokeball? That's so true though. That's so true though. Or if they could actually come out, if GW actually make a fucking Trazen fucking remake model, I will try and sculpt a fucking Pokeball onto him somewhere. Somewhere on that sculpt, on that mini, I will try my best to get an actual Pokeball on there because it's so fucking true. It's so true.
So the Necrons, they secretly used death marks to aid the Cadians. While things were looking a bit up, Creed commanded the Space Marine force to assault the Will of Eternity directly, and the Marines were able to penetrate the fortress. However, they were unable to kill Abaddon. Planetside, the Chaos forces made their way to the critical Kasr craft. These Chaos forces were making advances, but they were mostly held back by the Kasrkin, who were killing Space Marines at an impressive rate.
Actually, those lasers are incorrect. The laser full time is red lasers, not blue card. I can't believe you shaking my head.
Regular humans. After much bloodshed, the Chaos Commander, Urk Rathos, ascended to demonhood and made it to the Nola Ray that was holding back further demonic incursion. However, Saint Celestine emerged to engage the Demon Prince in an epic duel and banished him. But before banishment, Earth Rakos was able to destroy the Nola Ray, which allowed Abaddon to finally shoot his Blackstone Fortress Kamehameha. Luckily for the Imperials, though, before Abaddon could activate his Rage Art, it was revealed that a large Space Wolf force remained hidden on the Blackstone Fortress, and they launched a massive counterattack within the ship itself. Then, to make things worse on Abby's big day, the Legion of the Damned Marines manifested, and they helped the Space Wolves destroy his Chaos Force.
None of this was in the book. I don't remember this. I don't remember the Legion of the Damned. Excuse me. I know very little other than they just like show up when they want to, and they're all on fire. That's all I know about the Legions of the Damned. They look cool. I'd have to admit they look cool.
Lost for the Chaos Forces, if not for Abaddon arriving in his massive plot armor and pushing back the wolves and the damned. However, once again, Abaddon's parade was rained on when he realized it's a trap. and the Imperial Fist Fortress Monastery, the Phalanx, showed up to blow its load all over the Will of Eternity, disabling Abaddon's trump card. Abaddon teleported away like a little nerd, and the Imperials were once again able to regroup and prepare to counterattack. In their desperation, the Imperials officially allied with Trajan the Infinite, so Call and his new skeleton buddy plan to amplify the pylons in order to push back the chaotic forces.
So, the Phalanx is able to beat Blackstone fortresses? Is it like on the same scale or not?
Unfortunately for them, while they were strategizing, Abaddon found their location, and he personally came planetside with his besties to put an end to the Imperials. Breaking through the defenses, he approached Creed and Jar and Kel. Kel sacrificed himself to allow Creed to escape. And Kel's death was actually pretty badass, as he was shit-talking Abaddon until the very end, saying how he's a poo-poo loser guy who wants to use god weapons to kill mere humans.
What a Chad.
I will kill all of your friends. I will destroy your planet. Cadia will fall. You are a disgraced godsman. How can you hope to stop me and my armies? After killing the color sergeant, Abaddon made his way to Call.
What was that? Just what?
Trajan. But before he could fight the science nerds, Creed came back for revenge with a bunch of Australians, and at the same time, Trajan opened his Tesseracts to summon an army of his Pokemon. Trajan's army?
An army of his Pokemon is so real. It's so fucking real, though.
By a Heresiera named Ultramarine, so you know he was bringing the big guns.
Oh shit!
After getting his shit kicked in by the Vostroyans, Kasrkin, Custodes, Space Marines, and Trajan's living Funko Pops, Abaddon teleported away yet again after Celestine landed a decisive blow, and the Cadian pylons were about to be reactivated. They keep on stopping me! How can I kill this stupid planet? Sir, excuse me. I have looked into the archives and I found a tactic that some villains pulled in the ancient time of September 11th. Yeah, so Abaddon basically used the Blackstone Fortress to pull 9/11 on Cadia.
Oh my god. Why'd you have to fucking phrase it like that? Oh, bro. No, you can't go at 9/11.
He used his flagship to push the Blackstone Fortress into the planet, and the impact caused massive destruction, and the Imperial forces were forced to evacuate. The impact also destroyed many of the pylons, so the warp was able to fully envelop the doomed planet. Creed valiantly held the line with his personal regiment so that as many Cadians as possible could escape. Celestine was super powered from all the warp energy and was wrecking shit per usual. And even the Eldar stepped.
Oh, wait. So, Celestine, if I'm correct, is a sister battle thing, right? How the fuck did they get power from the warp? Isn't it like, aren't they like anti-warp? Like, I thought they were like, holy shit. Right?
Using the webway and help some Imperials, including Call and Inquisitor Greyfax, escape the forces of the Black Legion. But in the end, Abaddon was finally successful, and Cadia had tragically fallen. Now that Cadia was lost, the Eye of Terror was able to widen, and it tore the galaxy asunder with the Great Rift. This divided the galaxy into the Imperium, and the more shitty Imperium, the Imperium Nihilus.
Oh, okay, that explains it. Because I know I've heard the Great Rift referred to a lot in recent lore, but like I have no idea the context. I thought it was just like always there, but I didn't realize it like cut the galaxy in fucking two.
The 13th Black Crusade launched the Imperium into an age of darkness. But all was not lost for the Imperium. Shortly after the fall of Cadia, Call, Greyfax, Celestine, and Yvraine were able to resurrect Primarch Rubuti Gilliman. Gilliman authorized Primaris and led the Indominus Crusades.
Okay, I'm very real. I know Primaris are like a hot button topic, and one member of my fucking Twitch community. If you're watching this, I love you, but I will never understand the hate for Primaris. Their sculpts just look so much better. They really fucking do. Compared to the mini Marines, the Firstborn, it's night and day quality-wise and just coolness. The Primaris were the best thing to happen to the Space Marine range. I'm really sorry. I'm not saying that old range is like inferior, but I mean it kind of is a little bit. It kind of is in comparison. Like I was going somewhere and I realized that I don't actually believe that, and I do think the Primaris is a superior range in all honesty. Maybe that makes me a heretic. Maybe that makes you hate me. I will take it. The Primaris are the best the Space Marines have ever been. I'm sorry. They just de facto are.
A lot of lost territory, especially in the Imperium Nihilus. As for the Cadians, around 3 million escaped off planet, and Creed was taken by Trazyn as a party favor.
Oh
The 3
yeah,
million
I remember
Cadians-
that. I remember that fucking. I can't. It was one of the animated shows. I think that Warhammer did a while ago, where they like have like an Easter egg of like Krieg in like fucking stasis in Trazyn's museum.
along with the Cadians who couldn't make it to their home world, began to repopulate on new worlds, and the Cadian culture remained strong. Additionally, since the Cadians were such a respected and efficient regiment, many other guard regiments had already adopted much of their culture and tactics for themselves. Guardsmen across
that's
the
what I was
galaxy used
told.
Cadian equipment and doctrines, so while their home may be lost, the culture would never truly die. In that way, it's true that the planet broke before the Guard did, and Cadia truly stands. And with that, that's the Fall of Cadia. Thank you, everyone who watched this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. The Fall of Cadia was one of the most crucial and epic moments in 40k. I really enjoyed researching and making this video. And I'd also like to thank anyone who's recently subscribed. I didn't think we would hit 100 so quickly, let alone 300. So I can't express my gratitude enough. And I really hope this channel continues to grow because I really love making these silly little videos. And as always,
just like me. He's just like me. I also love making silly little videos. Let's go. But I mean, yeah, fucking bruh. Okay. So there's a lot more the book didn't go into than I realized, and I don't remember half of it. I don't remember Abaddon throwing a fucking ninja Death Star on the planet, essentially. Fucking hell, bruh. Don't know. I would like to do more Warhammer stuff. It really depends on if you guys want me to, and if there's stuff in particular you want me to look at with Warhammer. Like I said, I do know Warhammer, but not filled with Halo. Like, I know Halo in and out, like, by the back of my hand. Warhammer, I know the overall story and the basic lore and, like, everything, but I don't know the deep down stuff. I know nothing about the Primarchs. I know nothing about Chaos. I know some about Tau, a little bit, and I know a fair amount about the Necrons, including the War in Heaven. Yeah, it's a mixed bag. But again, let me know what you think in the comments. And yeah, bye guys.